Hi, I'm Joni Hilton, your YouTube mom. You know, when I was growing up, my dad was a professor, and he taught me some tips and tricks for how to do well in school. And I'm going to pass those on to you right now, especially for college. Now, some of these tips I'm going to share with you apply to junior high and high school as well. But this is mainly for college kids. Okay, the first one is sit up front if you can. Sometimes when you're younger, there's a seating chart. But if you can, sit up front. Professors say to one another in the faculty lounge that the best students sit on the front row. Those are your A students, your B students, your C students, your D students. Be an A student. Sit up front. You're less distracted. You'll listen better. You'll absorb the information better. You're in the room anyway for an hour or whatever, so sit up close if you can. Now, another piece of advice as kids go off to college is don't party. And I know everyone will say, what? That's the whole point of college. It's not the whole point of college. There's nothing to recommend it. There's a lot of, if you made a list of pros and cons, there's no pros and a whole bunch of cons. So resist that urge. Take seriously this opportunity you have for finer and better education. Another great tip is use the office hours your professor will give you. At the beginning of your class, they'll hand out a syllabus or something, and there will be some contact information for how you can set an appointment and when their office hours are open. Go take advantage of it. Even if you don't have a question about the material, just get to know your instructor. There's something magical and wonderful that happens when you actually become friends with your teacher and when your teacher sees that you're taking the subject seriously. So use the office hours. Another really good tip is when there's an exam coming up, go through your materials, your textbook, your notes, and make up your own test questions. You will be stunned, really. And I know a man who told me every question he made up was on the test. You'll be surprised. You'll start thinking like a teacher, and you will come up with test questions that now you can ace the test. It'll be easier for you. When you go to college, of course you want to make friends. This sounds mercenary. It isn't mercenary, it's smart. Make friends with everyone you want to, but also be aware that these friends and their parents may well be the people who will open doors for you later. So don't neglect to network when you're at college because it can pay off. When you're picking your classes, instead of taking classes, this is so good, take teachers. When you look at what your schedule can do, what you need for this semester, find out who the best teacher in that subject is, and if his hours or her hours don't match your schedule, redo your schedule. It's important you get the very best teacher, even if you have to take a night class, which you weren't planning to do, or whatever it is. So look for the very best instructors, and a lot of that's online now too. When you go to class, get the phone numbers of the people you're making friends with or the people you're sitting nearby, because if you're absent for travel or illness or whatever, you need to call them and say, what did I miss? What's the new assignment? When is the test? If you don't do that, you will be sorry. Just trust me on that. Be your own advocate. You will be surprised. In high school, everyone runs along behind you and says, remember, you got to study for the SAT, and remember, you got to do this, and do. Nobody's going to do that in college. Nobody cares if you're taking too many classes or one that you didn't really need. You're the one who's going to have to figure that out. Is this elective going to help me, or is that one maybe a little better? You're in charge. You are at the helm. So be your own advocate. I think that's all my points. Yes! I hope you succeed. I hope you get all A's, and I hope you enjoy it, because doing these things doesn't just boost your grade. It boosts your confidence and your sense of peace, and it saves you time. It does all kinds of good things. So I'm your YouTube mom. Be sure to visit my website, jonihilton.com. We'll see you next time.